I be feeling all alone, tripping in my mind, I'm not fucking with this zone. Spare shouldn't talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Aleyvi here, back in another video. So today I'm going to be continuing on the Uber story. And I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, and a lot of you guys got mad and didn't finish it. So today we're going to finish it. As a recap, I got into an Uber ride, lied about my age, offered to meet an Uber driver's daughter, then got stuck in a situation where I'll be meeting her along with my girlfriend waiting for me. If you guys enjoy, feel free to let me know. And that's what he said. Let's get into it. Now, where we're going to continue on from is we were about 5 minutes away from the location, so I decided to text my girl and ask where she is. She tells me that when I pull up into this like drive-in movie theater thing, that I'll see her immediately. So I'm like, great, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to meet this random girl and leave. It's just not gonna happen. There's no possible way. So we pull up to this place, and you know, we come in like this. It's almost like a miniature shopping center full of like bars and liquor stores. You'll see this large drive-in screen, like this big movie screen in the middle of the parking lot, surrounded by cars. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be able to pull this off. Maybe I'll be able to pull this off. So, you know, we pull in. He parks. He looks back at me in the rearview mirror again and says, ready? And I turned to him and I said, as ready as I'll ever be. He laughed. We continued to get out of the car. First thing I noticed was some young lady standing in front of the bars on her phone, like pretty much directly in front of us by herself. And the man, my Uber driver, politely yelled her name. Let's call her Sarah. So he calls for Sarah just by yelling her name. She looks at us, smiles, and starts walking towards us. And I'm like, okay, this is my only chance to figure out where the hell my girlfriend is and how to try to hide this scene as much as possible, because I do not want her seeing me with her. I know even if it's completely innocent, this is going to cause some big ass argument, and I do not want to deal with that. So I stop right by the entrance while she's waiting for me, and I look at my phone and I'm like, okay, maybe I should just, you know, text her and see where she is. Maybe she'll text me. As soon as I said that, I got a text from her, and I just told her that I was getting close because she asked me where I was. And believing that that would buy me enough time to talk to this girl and finally get over with, I just went up to her and started a conversation. But then I was thinking of it like this was just happening in my head. I thought I actually went up to her, but I was still staring at my phone for like 10 minutes. And so she's like, so are you going to come talk to me, or are you just going to sit there on your phone the whole time? And I looked up and I realized that her dad was nowhere to be seen. It was just me and her. And so I was like, sorry, I was letting my mom know that I made it here. And she was like, oh, that's sweet. Let's begin this conversation, which was probably the weirdest thing I've ever heard somebody say. I've never been in a conversation with somebody and have them look at me and go, okay, so let's start this conversation, but whatever. I let it slide. And at this point, I don't know where her father is. Like I said, he just disappeared. I don't know where my girlfriend is. I don't know anything. I'm just talking to this girl. I don't remember the specifics of the conversation. It was pretty bland and normal. Like we talked about our past, the sports we played, where we want to go for college, etc., etc. You know, I made her laugh a few times. And, you know what I'm saying? Just talking like friends, joking and shit. And we had arrived around 5:40, 5:45, and I looked at my phone in the middle of this conversation while she was laughing, wasn't paying attention, and it was 6:20. It was like closing in on 6:30, and I knew at this point I was screwed. There's no way that my girlfriend was gonna believe I was still on my way, and I was like, you know what? We're just gonna try to keep this conversation going. And then Sarah asked me, "You got a hot date or something?" And I responded to her. I was like, "Well, I had a friend waiting for me here," and then from behind me I hear, "A friend waiting for you." And I knew that voice. It was, let's call her Skylar. Let's call my girlfriend Skylar. Turn around to see Skylar standing there, and I could just tell she was pissed. I could see it in her eyes and everything. And she said, so you ditched me to hang out with this bitch? And I knew the moment that she said that, something was gonna spike out. So I like backed up and I was like, hey, it's not that serious. But then Skylar was like, hey, he didn't skip out on you. We were just talking, blah, 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 blah. They started going at it. She was like, well, he's my boyfriend. She was like, we were just talking about school. She's like, I don't care, I'm waiting on him, blah, 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 blah. I'm his ride home. It was just a fucking catastrophe. They were literally just attacking each other back to back to back. And I didn't really know what to do, so I kind of just kept quiet. Eventually, I was like, okay, this is too much. People are starting to look. I just pushed them both away, had them calm down, take a step back, and breathe. And then, you know, I went off with my girlfriend, Skylar, and then Sarah went her way back to her dad. He came back. He looked all pissed off. I didn't want to talk to him. No, I just left. And then, yeah, I spent the rest of the afternoon literally not saying a single word to her. I sat in the movie, didn't say a word to her. On the ride home, I didn't say a word to her. I was supposed to hang out at her house with her brother and her mother, but that didn't happen. I just got driven straight back home. And yeah, it was very, very awkward. I had to apologize to her, explain to her what happened. She thought it was funny afterwards, but the entire situation was just completely scuffed. But yeah, that's the end of the story. So I guess the moral of the story is don't set up for anything to do with strangers that you don't know or don't know anything about. But thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure to drop another video next week. Might be a story time, might not. Feel free to let me know down below if I should. If you want to see more of my content along with my face, over my Twitch, twitch.tv/notaleyvi, also in the description. With that being said, take care, don't get sick, peace out.